This is the No Face Movement, and it's January 8th, 2018. And we're bringing you breaking news. Once again, we have another supermoon, the third supermoon. Another triad. It's a blood moon, it's a supermoon, and it's a blue moon. Okay, folks. And this kind of moon has not happened for 152 years. Last time this happened was March the 31st, 1866. All right. So, I think this moon's a sign in the heavens. I'm religious, but I believe it's another biblical sign. Um, it ain't gonna look blue or nothing. It's gonna be a super moon. It's gonna be a blood moon, but it's gonna be a blue moon. All right. The super moon because how close it is to the Earth. It's a blood moon because it's eclipse, a moon eclipse with the sun, and it's a blue moon because it's a second full moon within 30 days. Since our first supermoon started at the end of December and went into January, and within less than 30 days, we have another supermoon. So they call that a blue moon. Okay, so I'm going to read this a little bit and then I'm going to bring warnings and watches. We're going to see from this supermoon, the triad moon, the second triad moon. It's biblical, right? And it's 152 years last time this happened. We're going to see events that we're going to show you with scientific proof the last time this happened, what happened within the country. Okay? What kind of feeling was going around the world. Okay? And the links are going to be at the bottom. You guys could ask it your own way. All right? But also, we're going to put warnings and watches for a lot of major earthquakes we're going to see from now till the end of February. All right. And that's not on top of, we got rare solar alignments like Jupiter, Mars, and solar flares with more energy that brings big bad storms. And if there's a solar flare, then we get big bad earthquakes, lining of different planets, including a supermoon like this. It's going to bring earthquakes within 14 days, 30 days after. All right, folks. Because it starts on the 31st and it's going to end, the cycle of the supermoon within a couple, like 4 or 5 days in February. All right. And the over long lasting of the gravitational pull itself mainly lasts 14 to 15 days. That's not if there's other energy out there. So let's get into this. The end of this month, we'll see the beginning of one of the most beautifulest nights. The last couple months have seen some strange evenings for the moon, but it will be the 31st of January that will be the most dramatic and strangest of all. And the one that NASA is advising people to make sure they catch. It will be a blood moon, a supermoon, and a total lunar eclipse, all in one night. Some people, including NASA, are referring it to as a super blue blood moon, and whatever you call it, it will make for a beautiful, strange night. All right. Each of the night's different events is rare enough. Together, they've not happened for 150 years. All right. So all those events by himself makes it a strange and rare enough night. But all those events happening together, that hasn't happened 150 years. It's 152 years. We're going to show you. First, it's a supermoon, meaning that it will appear larger and as much as 30% brighter than the normal. Supermoons are fairly uncommon, and so this moon will be notable in itself, but that's just the beginning. Even that supermoons is strange in itself. It's the third of the three that have come in a row after those in December and on New Year's Day, right? And second, the full moon that will rise on January the 31st is a blue moon. That doesn't actually mean it will look different, but rather that it is the second time there's been a full moon in a month. That happens just under every 3 years. Third, and probably most notable of all the same night, we'll see a lunar eclipse. That stunning event will lead to a moon turning a deep, rich red, and a sight that has led to it being christened the blood moon. Unlike the other two bits of the stunning lunar nights, this part will only be visible to some parts of the world. So it depends on the alignment of the moon, sun, and earth. when the lunar eclipse happens, the Pacific Ocean will be facing towards the moon, meaning that places like New Zealand, much of Australia, Central and Eastern Asia will all get a very good view, with some of the rest of Asia, Eastern Europe, and the Middle East getting to some of it. The UK, most of Africa, much of America won't get to see anything of the eclipse since the moon will be hiding around the other side of the world. But the truth is, we are going to see still half of a blood moon. We are still going to see that moon be blood, a super moon, because I know I do all this astrology and all this stuff. All right, folks. We got other links at the bottom. You can read, the same story, but with more information, the truth, like 152 years, the last time it happened, and historical events that happened in 1866. All right, in 1866, the common thread, all right, is viruses outbreak. All right, and now as we are seeing, we're going to see virus outbreaks in 2018 as they already started. All right, from the West Coast with this new influenza that they don't even create. We're going to see major fires. What happened in 1866, major fires like Portland, Oregon, burnt down. But we're going to see major fires, a lot of calamity, and it was the end of the Civil War. All right. But with this characteristic, it's going to be a beginning of a war. All right. With this super blood moon within 2018, this is what we're going to see. We are going to see an outbreak of viruses like we've never seen it before. We're going to see major storms like we've never seen before. All right. That's going to keep getting worse and worse. And people always ask me, how do you know that we're going to see major storms and all this stuff from all these alignments and all this stuff? Well, since I've been on YouTube since 2011, our main purpose was talking about December the 21st, 2012. I did a whole bunch of videos. If you can find them, check them out. It's the truth. On December 21st, 2012, we align with the Central Galactic Plane. All right. And we're staying in line with the Central Galactic Plane to the year 2022, even all the way possible to 2025. But the reason the past 2 years we're seeing an uprising, earthquakes, strange weather, the coldest winters, all these major hurricanes that we've never seen before is because our Earth is coming on the other side of the Central Galactic Plane. All right. And when that happens, it's pulling at our Earth. A strange alignments, strange supermoons, all this stuff. Before that, all the way up to, what was it? I think it was like May 2016. Or so from December 21st, 2012 to May 16, 2016, our Earth was protected by our sun. That's why we've seen a lot of solar flare activities, a lot of stuff because it was pulling at our sun. But now from May to 16, 2016, as we're moving around the sun and lining up with the Central Galactic Plane, we're seeing a lot of this strange stuff. All right. So like I said, this is a rare event. It's another triad moon. It's a blue moon because it's 2 supermoons happening, 3 supermoons, that's even more rare, happening within 1 month. All right. And this is the last one. We're going to see major storms. We're going to see earthquakes. All right. From just the supermoon pulling at high tides and our Earth. All right. In alignments with Jupiter and Mars. That's another rare event. It's a whole other video. Okay, folks. So we're going to see major disease outbreaks. Same thing as in 1866. We're going to see major crazy fires. I've already seen them in Brooklyn, in the Bronx, and all, in the news. We're going to see major fires, major outbreaks and disease that secret societies or whoever controls the world is making. We're going to see war. We're going to see the beginning of a new war. All right, folks. It ended the Civil War, it ended the civil rights in 1866. And with this new administration, the way the world is going on nowadays, we're seeing new problems. We're seeing a divide and race. So, a civil war amongst people. We're going to see war around the world, outbreaks of war. We might even start World War III. And the biggest thing that no one is talking about is the collapse of the economy around the world. Once our economy collapses, the whole world collapses. And that's definitely World War III, no matter what. All right, please like, share this video, subscribe. This is the No Face Movement. Until next time, all the links are going to be at the bottom. Check out the video that I made after this that's connected to the supermoon. Gives more insight, biblical portions, and what's really happening out in the world. This is the movement. Till next time, facing off.
Sometimes the celestial rhythms sync up just right to wow us. Heed your calendar reminders. On the 3 dates mark, step out into the moonset or moonrise, and if you can catch only one episode of the Supermoon Trilogy, catch the third one. It will be extra special. First of all, the January 31st supermoon will feature a total lunar eclipse. It will be a royal spectacle indeed. A super blue blood moon. Mark your calendars. A series of 3 supermoons will appear on the celestial stage on December 3rd, 2017, January 1st, 2018, and January 31st, 2018. A supermoon is a moon that is full when it is also at or near its closest point in its orbit around Earth. Since the moon's orbit is elliptical, one side, apogee, is about 30,000 miles, 50,000 kilometers, farther from Earth than the other, perigee. Nearby perigee full moons appear about 14% bigger and 30% brighter than full moons that occur near apogee in the moon's orbit. The supermoons are a great opportunity for people to start looking at the moon, not just once, but every chance they have, says Noah Petro, a research scientist from NASA's Goddard Space Flight Center. It's hard for our eyes to distinguish these small changes in size when the moon is high amidst the vastness of the night sky. But any time you catch a full moon as it rises or sets, while it's suspended low on the horizon beaming through the silhouettes of trees or buildings, its apparent size might make you do a double take. You almost feel as though you could reach out, grab the glowing orb, and drop it into your coffee cup. Even more so if it's a supermoon. If you can catch only one episode of the Supermoon Trilogy, catch the third one. It will be extra special. First of all, the January 31st supermoon will feature a total lunar eclipse, with totality viewable from western North America across the Pacific to eastern Asia. The moon's orbit around our planet is tilted, so it usually falls above or below the shadow of the Earth. About twice each year, a full moon lines up perfectly with the Earth and Sun, such that the Earth's shadow totally blocks the Sun's light, which would normally reflect off the moon. The lunar eclipse on January 31st will be visible during moonset. Folks in the eastern United States, where the eclipse will be partial, will have to get up in the morning to see it, notes Petro, but it's another great chance to watch the moon. The moon will lose its brightness and take on an eerie, fainter than normal glow from the scant sunlight that makes its way through Earth's atmosphere. Often cast in a reddish hue because of the way the atmosphere bends the light, totally eclipsed moons are sometimes called blood moons. We're seeing all the Earth's sunrises and sunsets at that moment, reflected from the surface of the moon, says Sarah Noble, a program scientist at NASA headquarters. The January 31st supermoon will also be the second full moon of the month. Some people call the second full moon in a month a blue moon. That makes it a super blue moon. Blue moons happen every 2.5 years on average. With the total eclipse, it will be a royal spectacle indeed. A super blue blood moon. Sometimes the celestial rhythms sync up just right to wow us. Heed your calendar reminders. On the 3 dates marked, step out into the moonset or moonrise and look up for a trilogy of sky-watching treats.
According to NASA on Thursday, 2018's first full moon, nicknamed a wolf moon, will take place on January 1st, and it will be a supermoon. A supermoon occurs when the moon appears bigger and brighter in the sky as it reaches its perigee, the point in the moon's elliptical orbit when it is closest to the Earth. The next supermoon event will take place on January 31st, making it a blue supermoon. NASA notes that the second full moon in a single month is often referred to as a blue moon, and they occur about every...
It's deja vu all over again.
Yeah, waiting in anticipation to see what we're in for. It'd be my first experience with a bloody
moon. Red? A quick trip to the moon provides the answer. Imagine yourself standing on a dusty lunar plain looking up at the sky. Overhead hangs Earth, night side down, completely hiding the sun behind it. The eclipse is underway. You might expect Earth seen in this way to be utterly dark, but it's not. The rim of the planet looks to be on fire. As you scan your eye across Earth's circumference, you're seeing every sunrise and every sunset in the world, all of them, all at once. This incredible light beams into the heart of Earth's shadow, filling it with a coppery glow and transforming the moon into a great red moon.